Hey friends, hey, this is Blake. Welcome back to my channel. I am so glad you guys are here. Man, it's a beautiful day here in the Carolinas. Hopefully get to go watch the sunset at we have a mountain here where I live that has a nice overlook that I go up there on Sunday evenings and watch the sunset. It's so beautiful and peaceful, and kind of go there to recharge for the week. And it's just a special place, and I'm thankful to have it in my backyard where I can go to it, whenever I need to. So but I want to talk to you today about stop trying to oversell yourself on these dating apps. I know I've made videos about people being selfish and not taking time to heal, and I think what happens is so many unhealed people are on these dating apps and they're being selfish, and that's a huge problem, as I mentioned in my previous videos. But I think too, and there's so many people that are guilty of trying to oversell themselves on these dating apps to be someone that they're truly not, because they are broken, they are not healed. And I was guilty of that. And I guess what happens is when you're broken or you're not healed, and you're trying to get on these dating apps too soon, which you shouldn't, you're portraying yourself as someone who you want to be seen as, or who you see yourself as. But in reality, in time, the real you is going to come out. The real hurt and that baggage and that real you is going to come out in that relationship at times, in time. And that innocent person is going to get hurt, and you're going to start over again, and it's going to be a vicious cycle. So it is so important to make sure that you take time to heal. Make sure you take time to invest in yourself. Don't get out there and have this fake facade of you being this person that's all loving and great and romantic and all this great stuff. But in reality, it's going to come crashing down because you're not healed. And this woman gets her hopes up that she's found this dream guy, this wonderful guy. And then you're going to get her hopes up only to crash them because you're broken. So that's the importance of taking time to heal and taking time to love yourself before you try to get out there and date, and stop being selfish. That video I made is so true, because when you're selfish, that means you're not willing to take time to work on you and to make sure that you're at a beautiful place before you start dating again. And if you're selfish, what kind of love are you going to give her, right? What kind of love are you going to give her if you're selfish and you can't even work on yourself? You care more about your own needs than you do hers and her innocent heart that you're going to hurt. So take time to heal. Make sure that you invest in yourself, and stop trying to portray yourself on these dating apps as someone that you're really not. When you're healed and you get to a beautiful place, all that great things about your character are going to come through without you saying a word. They're going to come through without you saying a word. She's going to know you're an amazing guy. She's going to know you have a heart of gold, and that you're thoughtful, and that you're caring, that you're a romantic person. It's going to come out naturally. You're not going to have to sell yourself, right? And I don't mean not putting it on your profile and kind of using those as words to describe things. But by gosh, you better be healed and be able to back that up. Does that make sense? You want to make sure if you are, saying these things, that it's who you really are, because if not, innocent people are going to get hurt, and we have to stop that. If not, it's going to be a vicious cycle. And, I stand guilty of that. I just didn't take time to, heal, from being hurt in those two relationships that hurt me really bad, those two people. And, I stand guilty, and I had to take accountability, and that's something I had to really work on in a lot of those previous sessions. And when you get to that point and you start to see it, and you see it through her eyes, it's where that love comes from, right? If you truly have love coming out of your heart, you don't have a place to hurt other people. And I think that's with me, is I have so much love and joy in my heart that's just overflowing, is I cannot stand the thought of hurting someone, and I think that's when you really get to a beautiful place of being healed, and knowing that you have something great to offer someone is your love for everyone, and also love for yourself, and And when you love yourself, it means you're not selfish, that you've taken time to do the work and you've worked really hard at healing and making sure that you offer you're a beautiful person to that next person. I use the word beautifully healed all the time, as I'm talking to people. And I don't want to just be healed. I want to be beautifully healed, because when you're beautifully healed, your heart shines, your joy overflows your heart, and it comes out naturally to who the person is you're talking to. And I know as I'm getting out there and dating now, or soon, that is what I'm attracting. As I'm attracting someone, I want to attract someone that's like me, that has a heart of gold, that's loving and caring, that cares and puts me as a priority as I put her as a priority, And I think that's another thing. If I can add on just a couple more things, is make sure she knows that she is a priority in your life. Make sure that you text her and put effort into the date, and know that she is everything to you. Make sure she knows that she is a priority in your life. And that goes the other way around too, guys. If she's not giving you that same back, she's not the right person for you, right? Don't waste your time for someone that doesn't prioritize you too, right? Because your heart, you deserve to be loved too. And I've learned that, is I've deserved to be loved and cared for, and I want somebody that cares about me enough to want to spend time with me and want to go on a date with me. And if they're going to make excuses, they don't deserve time with you, right, guys? So make sure that she knows that she is a priority, okay, and that you care enough about her to that she's everything. And that goes to, if I can just add something to that too, is put your phones down. Do not have your phones out when you're on a date with your partner. If you're at dinner, put your phone away. If you're snug on the couch watching TV, do not have your phone out. There is nothing more important than her, and make sure that she knows that, and as you're cooking dinner, you're doing something together, do not allow anything to become more important than her, and I've had to learn that through mistakes. And I'm so grateful to the person that I had the 2-year relationship, because that is one thing that I really worked on. And it's so important, because it says everything. If you're sitting there scrolling through social media, what does that tell her? What does that say? You want her to know that she's everything, and that you value your time together, and you cherish that time with her, and as you're healing, you start to see things so differently. And I'm just excited to have the opportunity to get out there and start dating again. And I wish somebody would like just invite me to their church, or I could see them at the grocery store, on aisle 4 or something. But in the meantime, it's like as I start to get out there, I have such a beautiful heart to give someone now, and I'm so proud of that. And I've worked really hard, and I don't wish what I've gone through on anybody, to be honest. I've been hurt a lot, but it has made me be so beautifully healed, and I'm so proud of that. And I can't wait to love again, and I can't wait to find love again, and I deserve to find love again, and you do too. And but the whole point of this is make sure that you take time to heal. There's so many great resources out there to get involved with. Find you a wonderful counselor, or a group, or so many different things out there to start working on yourself before you get out there and start dating. Make sure you're at a beautiful place, so that you're not, having to, fake sell yourself of someone that you're not. Make sure that you're beautifully healed. Make sure that you're at a great place, so that everything you're talking to her and everything you're doing in your relationship and your dates is real, and it's genuine, and it's who you really are, because she's going to eventually see it. It's going to come out. But when you're healed, that beautiful person of you is going to come out, and that's what she's going to see. And so I'm at a point now where I don't have to, yes, I want to be romantic, and I want to be those things, but I don't have to force it. It's going to be natural. And that's what I'm excited about, and just enjoying the dating journey, and find someone that prioritizes me too, and wants to spend time with me, and wants to do things with me. So many things I want to do, and I can't wait to have someone to do with, but appreciate y'all's support of me in this channel, and it means the world to me. And y'all enjoy your upcoming week, and stay tuned to my next video. Okay, appreciate you guys. Thank you.